Congratulations, you're on a lesson 2 of CBD Essence affiliate online course, and today we're going to talk about the content. Content is something that identifies the best affiliates in CBD industry now on the market. We're going to discuss why content is so important and why should you put so much effort into developing the right content for your audience. We will identify the content goals and how to match each and every post you have to those goals. Okay? You will also get information about types of posts that you will create, and of course there is a research to be done and how should you do that in order to create the content that is the best match to your audience. So the first thing that needs to be underlined is that content is the most important thing currently for CBD oil business. Why? Because recently Facebook, Google, and obviously Instagram have restricted advertising and social media, and on Google, obviously Google Ads, advertising of CBD products. As I said in the past video, some of the adverts are still appearing, but what you can just transfer people on the website that sells CBD products, but you cannot mention CBD in the ads and cannot put pictures of CBD products. And these are the restrictions that we currently have with the most spread and the most popular social media and search engine. So what is the solution to this problem? Of course, people search for the answers like how to get rid of stress, how to get rid of anxiety. People who know about CBD search what is CBD, what are the features of CBD, does CBD get me high? And this is your time to develop the content that will guide those people through through these answers to these questions. And the better you do that, and the better you create sales funnel that will further convert them into customers, the more successful you will be on this market. So what does that mean? It means that if somebody has tens of thousands of dollars to spend on social media or Google Ads, he might not be as effective as you with your great content, which is why we're going to figure out how to develop social media page, for example, how to develop content on your website, on your blog, so that your audience would not only get all the answers to their questions, but also become very attracted to your page and listen to whatever you're saying. First of all, there are two types of content goals that exist that I identify. So you either have an action or purchase content, or you have the list growth content. So first of all, list growth content is kind of an investment in the future, because it doesn't mean that your list will not be, included in the action purchase, but it's still two different content goals which you need to understand. In one case, your success is identified in number of sales. In the second case, with the list growth, your success is identified by the number of your signups, followers, clicks, and whatever it is. What do we have in action purchase? Types of initial customer acquisition. Action purchase content is also for retention, increase buyer frequency, and increase value of each buyer. And let's go over each and every audience right now. Initial customer acquisition. When the person signs up for your email list or starts following you on Instagram or Facebook, there should be certain content that will lead him to immediate purchase. Because there are people who are ready right here and right now to buy. The biggest mistake that affiliates do is they don't give them this opportunity to buy right now, because the person, just imagine the person came in on your social media page, and he or she found somehow the immediate solution to their problems, and you need to have this option of the content and offer, so that people would follow your link, your affiliate link, immediately and buy. Retention. It's the past clients that you had who bought with you once, or the list that you had in the past, and you're trying to sell to them again. So this action purchase thing for retention, content in this case includes information like buy now, this is a new product, or this is a limited time offer, and we do not explain that much about the product if the person bought it in the past. What we do is we create the urgency of purchase, that the person has to act right now or the offer will be gone. Or the other type of content for the action purchase retention is when you're reminding the person that he or she needs to take CBD essence oil on a daily basis. And probably, considering the fact that some people buy monthly supply or 2-week supply, you can remind them that they have to buy for the further intake. Increase buyer frequency. In this case, if the person is buying certain products like once a month and buys lower amounts, you can encourage them by special content underlying the fact that if you will take this, for example, if he or she is taking CBD for pain, in this case you can say for relief from pain, in this case you can say that you can improve your sleep, and that will need you to take like 30 milligrams more a day, right? So here's the offer, here's the limited time offer for this product. Click on the link, buy right now, and get a better sleep. That's how you increase buyer frequency. And increase value. In this case, you're transferring people from one low-cost product into a higher cost product. For example, if the person has bought in the past pet biscuits, which are $9 worth, you can obviously offer them to buy CBD oil tinctures or capsules, and that's how you increase the value of the person for your business, so you make him buy more. So the action purchase goal is to make a sale. That's how we identify that we actually reached the goal. So when you're writing a piece of content, whether it's Instagram post or email or anything, your goal for each piece of content should fulfill, these areas. One of these goals. Just choose one of the goals, but don't send everything to everyone. Don't make your content meaningless. The second thing, the second type of goal is list growth. In this case, it's more for the logical buyers. If the action purchase is for emotional buyers, the list growth is for logical buyers. Those are people who are watching, thinking, evaluating, need to do the research, etc., etc. They're not ready to buy right now, but you wouldn't want to lose them for the future. For this type of people, we create something like newsletter signups. We create lead magnets and something to capture their email, capture their details, make them follow us, make them sign up, and then remind them of the offer, periodically. So most of the affiliates work here on the action purchase. They just place the link and hope for the best, and it really is quite frustrating because people are using so many call to actions. They're not providing any value. They're not providing anything. They're just saying buy, 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 and they lose like enormous number of people, of potential buyers that could be there if they could, if the affiliates would provide some answers, some valuable content, something that the person can read or the person can, answer his questions for too. So the list growth is for this specific purpose. What do we do with the list growth? We grow website traffic. This is one of the goals that can be. So, for example, you're sending email to your potential consumer and you're making him click the link in this email. You're growing your website traffic and your email subscribers. They're actually active. They're making that they're acting on something. They click the link. That means that they're interested. They're alive. You also do that to grow your social media, because in your emails, again, or on the same your social media or your page, you can underline the fact that subscribing to your social media page is crucial and very important for people to stay in touch with you and stay on track of the new offers and new information about CBD essence. You can also target growing email list. In this case, you create some kind of a newsletter. You have to give people something to sign up for. It's either, for example, 10 ways you can use CBD essence oil. You just create the file, you create the page, you create the email, a subscriber form, and you have people subscribing to your list in exchange to the file that you're providing them with. And of course, it's activating past customers. Why I put it in here? Because I always consider if I have people in my list, right, and they're like there for years and years and they don't even open the emails, I consider them not active participants of those email lists. I'm not even considering those people in the email list at all. But there's always a chance of getting them back. So activating past customers, making them click on the link, open the email, find out whether this audience is alive online is very important for the list growth. So after they do some action, after they actually click on something or react to something or leave the comment or like or whatever, you know that they're interested, you know that they're involved. So the list growth goal is to remind people of the brand and product and provide some valuable information, like information on how to do this, how to do that. But the main goal of the list growth is not action purchase. So don't try to put all the eggs in one basket, because you either doing this or you're doing this. Okay? So your email, your content, each piece of content should have only one specific goal. It doesn't mean that if you will for example, if you will write an interesting blog post on CBD essence oil, it doesn't mean the person will not afterwards click and probably buy through your affiliate link something on the website. But when you're considering the topic for your email, if it's regarding the list growth, it should be all about the list growth. Don't try to cover entire market. Don't try to put all the goals in one piece of content. You will have lots of opportunities to do that. So we're going to discuss two types of people who purchase things online. And one type is a problem solver. So who's a problem solver? This is the person who has certain problem. He looks for the solution. Either he Googles or he just has this problem with him in his mind all the time. For example, some people, they know that they are stressed all the time, and they're looking for the opportunities to relieve that stress. So if they go, for example, to the store and they find products with stress relief function, or items that have that stress relief impact, they instantly buy them because they acknowledge that they're under stress, that they have this problem, and they're trying to solve it with different products. So basically, for this person, it doesn't matter whether it's CBD or any other thing, and he's trying to solve his problem. That's why he buys CBD essence oil. So the first thing that they have, the problem solver, they have acknowledgement. They know they're dealing with a problem and they keep it in their head all the time. They remember about it. For example, if you're experiencing constant back pain, you cannot just, not mention it. You just feel it every single time. And when you find the cream saying that it will reduce your back pain, in this case, you say, oh, that's for me. How to capture the problem solver's attention? First of all, you have to be very specific about each and every problem. That's why we discussed the general audiences, the client, the customer avatars in the previous lesson. If you haven't watched it or haven't watched it very, very closely and haven't filled in your customer avatar uh, PDF file, then please do that, because that's how you will identify what kind of problems does your customer avatar have and how to reach the problem solver type. He acknowledged his problem already. He probably looked for the solutions. But here's the thing, none of them work best for him. So he didn't get rid of the problem, although he tried something in the past. So he does the research and he bumps into your product. Okay? So this is how people find something like CBD oil for stress and anxiety, CBD oil to relieve back pain, CBD oil to do this. So in this case, the piece of content that you create for this type of people is CBD oil for solution to their problem, okay? For their problem. So CBD oil for migraine. And you create a piece of content that is very specific to CBD essence oil impact. So he bumps into this content, he makes the research, then these people, they're more logical buyers. Unless they have the urgency to solve their problem right now, right the second, they're more logical buyers. And of course, you don't get confused if they will be thinking and coming back to your blog or social media page tomorrow or the day after. That's why for these type of people, you will have to create some free content and capture their email. Make this call to action for them so that they wouldn't buy anything instantly from you, but leave their email so that you would remind them of you in the future. And then there is a hint. There is a certain moment when they bump into you. After that, they already understand who you are, what CBD oil does, and they bump into you, and that's how they make a purchase. The right time and the right place. So, who are they? They're logical buyers. They ask questions, by the way. They might write you an email asking, and how is that happening? How is that happening? How does CBD impact this? Do you have reviews? Do you have this? These are the problem solver type. They're trying to solve their problem through CBD essence. And with them, it takes time. But in time, I don't mean the months and years. I'm speaking about the days. And this kind of audience is very broad. So if you choose to work with office workers, with, I don't know, with busy moms, it doesn't matter which category you choose. Inside of each audience, there's either problem solver or the second emotional buyer or the scroller that you're going to meet. Who are the scrollers? Scrollers are people who are just surfing internet. They don't have acknowledgement of the problem, and they find out about the product and try to solve the problem. Okay, let's discuss something like coffee machine, okay? The scroller does is he has one coffee machine, but he finds out about the new coffee machine with the new features. What he does is he finds out that he can live a better life with a new coffee machine, and that's how he purchases it. So in our case, the scroller finds out about the features of CBD oil. For example, that it increases concentration, reduces inflammation, provides antioxidant effect, reduces the symptoms of nausea, or prevents glaucoma. And he goes like, okay, so this is the impact that I want to have in my life. And he figures out if it is good for him. Okay, what does he want to have? But usually those people buy for the future impact rather than immediate problem solve. And what's very important, he might remember about the existing problem, like for example, stress, which everyone has. And now you're discussing the fact that, okay, CBD does, in a long term, it can prevent this, 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 and now it can reduce stress. Now it can reduce pain. It can do this, 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 and the scroller goes like, oh, that would be just awesome. The impact is both long term and short term for him. So he finds out other benefits that the product gives, and of course, with the scroller, it's all about the best moment because they get distracted very easily, which is why you need to act very, very fast on it. You need to provide in each piece of content, you should have just immediate solution to some certain problem. And that's how you get the purchase by the scroller. So what happens is that the scrollers can buy the products from you by reading a single blog post. They don't need to do lots of research. They just need to get their questions answered, find and remember about the existing problem they have that actually can be reduced with CBD essence oil, and that's when the best moment comes with the immediate solution and up to the purchase. So they're more emotional buyers. They need to be motivated, and it's all about momentum with them. the scroller will rarely leave his or her contact details because they don't have time for that. But they're also, it's for them, it's also very important to create something, some pieces of content that they would love to, you know, to sign up for, because there are certain people in this audience who can get distracted, and by capturing their email you will be able to later remind them of yourself, and therefore bring them back into your sales funnel. With that said, we're moving to the types of posts that you're going to create for your audience. So there is a list post where you create a list of problems that certain audience faces, and you find solution that CBD oil provides to each of them. So for example, what I do is I create the list inside one problem. Like for example, CBD essence for eyes. And then you list the problems that CBD essence oil solves or helps to reduce with eyes, right? So you make the list. People love the lists, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you create one general topic, and then you go down with that, and you uncover all the details inside of this topic. Also in the list post, by the way, make sure you include statistics, because this is important. Like general statistics of people who deal with this problem and what happens to them. The how-to post is more of an educational one. So choose the common problem and provide how-to solution through CBD essence oil. How to become more effective at work, how to get rid of pain and anxiety with CBD essence oil, and etc. etc. Make sure you include also the personal experience and, of course, certain actions that are not directly connected to CBD essence oil as well. The research post is answering the most common question about CBD from scientific point of view. That's where people want to read about researches, just shortened content about what does CBD do, but based on numbers. Okay, so what do is you make the research, and then you basically shorten it with the content and just squeeze it somehow and put it in one blog post or social media post or other. The guide post is similar to how to, but more specific to the product. In other words, how to use CBD oil for different states to get maximum outcome. Once again, for example, how to use CBD oil during your working day. That's a wonderful blog post, by the way. So this is the guide on how to do this by this. Then goes inspirational post. As you understand, the scroller buyers love them because the inspirational post is more of about the emotions, like explaining what people will experience when using CBD essence oil. This is inspirational because we know the facts. We know that, okay, people do this, but if you will describe what life can actually be when using CBD essence oil, that's what inspirational post is all about. And make sure you include the call to action to buying CBD essence oil in this inspirational post, because what most inspirational posts do is they make you act right now. Product showcase post is dry post with facts about product. So, for example, you describe how is it made, what does it do, and etc. etc. So it's the time when your reader needs information, the technical information that you provide him with. Okay. And we have review post. This is where you take the products by CBD Essence and you write your personal experience, your review on them. Case study post is when you write about the same experience but with other people. Make sure that your case studies match your customer avatar. Okay? So if your customer avatar is a specific person, make sure that when you interview someone on the review, this person would have similar lifestyle or similar age or similar with similar problems that are, resonating with your audience. And problem solution post, of course. You choose specific problem like CBD for anxiety, CBD for stress. Very, very specific problem. And you solve it with CBD Essence. And here we go to the keyword research on CBD oil. I think this is the last thing we're going to discuss today in this video. And keyword research, this is, something that you will need to do in order to figure out how do people Google stuff online. What questions do they have, and how they can be, how they can be addressed. What do they need? What information do they need to be provided? So I personally use the account at semrush.com. I'm placing it here. It's not an advertisement or anything. It's something that will help you to do the research. They do have the free account with 10 searches a day, I think. And that's where you can, for example, I put the CBD, and here we have the volume trend, which is everywhere is raising. Okay, and this is 3 graphs, it's 3 sections that we pay attention to. So what do people Google? Something like CBD oil, CBD vape oil. What is CBD? CBD gummies, CBD hemp oil, CBD oil benefits, and others. So you already can figure out that people, how many people per month are searching for what is CBD, for example, okay? And someone is searching for CBD oil benefits. So basically search for it by yourself. But I have to ensure you that if you will figure out what do people look for, it's not that just including those words into your blog post so they would get better SEO ranking. No. You figure out how do people think when they Google something and what information they're basically providing, okay? What information they need to be provided. In the next video, we're going to discuss how to automate the process of attracting and converting clients online. But for now, you've got the PDF file in your cabinet for content that I created for you that is based on everything that we discussed today. And you need to fill it in and figure out what your first post will be about and what your content lifecycle will look like. So thank you very much for your attention. I'm really looking forward for you to watch the 3rd video where we discuss how to automate your sales, how to automate everything that you will be doing in terms of content. And I will see you on lesson 3.